Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Pearl.
We got some big Elvis fans here tonight. Some Elvis fans, all right. Give a big round of a welcome to the Shanghai All-Star Band and Elvis live in Shanghai.
Tou-JAM Productions decided to put on an Elvis festival here in Shanghai, and he was in contact with Miss Linda Nealon.
Do you know how I got contacted by Linda Nealon? On OkCupid. She just read my profile and she said, "I'm too old for you. I'm not hitting on you. I just want to say I read your profile, and I think it's really interesting that you're an Elvis fan." And then we talked about potentially doing an Elvis event in Shanghai.
And one thing led to another, and I was invited over here to be the headliner for the Elvis Festival.
I really wanted to do something interesting with Elvis, but just bringing in an Elvis tribute artist internationally didn't appeal to me. What could we put into it to make it interesting? And then I got the idea. So in the months leading up to the event, I reached out to local musicians in all sorts of different genres from different communities. And through them, I was able to put together what became the Shanghai All-Star Band.
Well, it's one for the money, two for the show. Get ready now, don't get ready, don't you? Never want to space you. You can do it, or that old one in the space. Knock it down, on my face. Grab my knee, give it a push. Anything you wanna do, but I'm hardly on this. Never want to space you. You can do it, or that old
Anyways, welcome to the show tonight, ladies and gentlemen. Last night was a great night. We're glad to see you all come out and see us here tonight at the Pearl, the first time ever in Shanghai, China. Never thought I'd come to China, baby. I tell you that much. Well, here I am.
An ETA is called. It's an Elvis Tribute Artist. I got interested in this after attending the Collingwood Elvis Festival in Collingwood, Ontario, Canada. It's probably the biggest attended Elvis festival in the world. 20th anniversary this year, as a matter of fact. And I went to see it, and I was being an Elvis fan as it is. I just fell in love with the idea, and I thought I'd try it. And after putting together my 12-piece band, and I lived in Florida for a couple of years, doing shows, 6 shows a week down there. I'm blessed and lucky to be here. Look where it's brought me. I'm in Shanghai, China. Yeah, it's awesome. This is my very first time I've ever been anywhere besides North America or the Caribbean. I've never been to Asia, and I've always wanted to come here, and this has been a real eye-opener. Shanghai is amazing. It's a beautiful, amazing city. There's some old areas that look like old China, which is really cool to see. And then there's where the Pearl Tower is and the finance center. Wow, I mean, like that's just like technology at its highest level, I guess you could say. It's pretty wild to see it.
And you know I can't go out. Sitting all alone, you can't go around and leave supposed to come on. Only room to all this room. Baby, I'm a baby man. Something that I might have said. Please just forget your past. The future looks right ahead. Only room to all this room. Why should we be apart? I really love you, baby, close enough. Ooh, just walked up to the preacher, let us say I do. And you'll know you'll have me, and I know that I'll have you. Only you are true. I don't wanna love, baby, this is you. Let's walk up to the bridge. Let us say I do. And you'll know you'll have me, and I know that I'll have you. Only good, you are true. I don't want no other love. It's just you love me. You all haven't heard the song before, have you? Don't be cruel, you are sweet. Don't be cruel, you are sweet. Well, no, baby, it's just you are.
It's really unique to perform in front of an audience that has never seen Elvis or heard Elvis before, and watching them tap their feet and getting into the music and stuff. I'm sure once they heard the music, they probably said, "Oh, I do remember hearing this somewhere, or I do remember seeing that." There's the songs like "Suspicious Minds" or "Love Me Tenders" that they've probably heard somewhere along the line. So it's kind of neat to play in front of someone who's never really actually heard it before and see them enjoying themselves. I'm making new Elvis fans, and that's the whole point of it all. Because I'm an Elvis fan as it is, so the more the better.
The first time that I actually listened to an Elvis song was when I was about 12, and then the song I listened to was "Love Me Tender."
When I was a baby, you know, as soon as I could remember hearing music, maybe 62 or something like that.
Like many children, I rebelled against the music of my parents. When I went to university, though, I really took a critical look towards music from the past, and I discovered Elvis Presley. Got this box set, the complete 50s masters, and I listened to it and I thought, wow, this is really amazing stuff. And then I worked my way up to the 60s, into the 70s, and by then I was a full-blown Elvis fan.
Are the other ETAs jealous that you were able to come over here?
I'm sure some of them are. They all wish me very well, but I'm sure some of them are jealous I got to be the first one to come to mainland China. I've known a few guys that have gone to Japan, but this is different. This is definitely different than Japan. My favorite part of Shanghai so far has been meeting all the wonderful people I've met. The traffic is so crazy here, and the lines, it's like chicken on the road with the cabs, and the horns are all constantly going. I find it hilarious. I mean, the people that live here don't, because they just it's a background noise to them, but I find it very amusing.
The lines and the red lights are just suggestions. You might want to stop here, maybe you want to stay inside this line, but it's like a game of chicken with the calves, you know, like who's going to take that lane first, okay?
The street food, oh, God, it's so good. But mainly the people that I've met here and the hospitality that's been given to me, I think that's my favorite part of China so far.
One night with you, here's what I know, and more, those things that we do, but make my dreams come true. Just call my name, and I'll be right by your side. I want your sweet helping hand. My love's too strong to hide. Always will. Very quiet life. I ain't never did no wrong. Now I know very quiet life has been too lonely too long. One night with you is what I know and more. Those things that we two plan make the earth stand still. Always live very quiet life. I ain't never did no wrong. Now I know life without you has been too lonely too long. One night with you is what I know and more. Those things that we do well would make my dreams come true. Yeah, let's go. Always live very quiet life. I ain't never did no wrong. Now I know that life without you has been too lonely too long. One night with you is what I know. Praying for those things that we do well would make my dreams come true.
I feel like I am an ambassador for Elvis Presley over here because he never got a chance to come over here, and they're obviously a huge following of Elvis here in Asia, and so I feel like I am sort of an ambassador for Elvis, in the fact that I'm bringing the music to them for the first time live. So I'm trying to do it with the best ability I can, with integrity and honesty, so that they really leave here being either new Elvis fans, or they got to live one of their, I guess, Elvis fantasies is to see Elvis live. So
This song here, ladies and gentlemen, is a very tender love song. And it's, I was explaining this before the other audiences that were here the other night. And what you do is you get down like this, like a fool, and you get right in your girl's face, you know, you get right down nice and close to her. You whisper in her ear, you know, and, you know, it blows her hair straight back, you know, as it deafens her. Maybe spit in her eye too, I don't know, it depends on how sweaty you are. But, you know, that's all I got. That's the only story I got. That's it. Anyways. You ain't nothing but a hell. You ain't nothing but a hell. Well, you ain't never gonna have no friends. Said you was hard fast, but that was just like. No streets was hard, but that was just like.
For this first ever ETA shows in Shanghai, we really wanted to give a good overview of Elvis. So we figured the best way to do that would be to highlight the 3 different decades where Elvis performed. The first set is the 1950s Elvis set, where he's a young man growing up in Tupelo in Memphis. The 60s set is the Elvis films, where he did all those really cheesy movies he did in the 60s. Some of them were good. And in the 70s, we have Elvis doing the highlight, the crown jewel, which are the Vegas and the touring shows he does in the jumpsuit.
Well, I have a 12-piece show band back home with some of my very best friends in the whole world called the Yes Men. And unfortunately, I was unable to bring them with me to China. It would have cost a bloody fortune. Fly 12 people plus myself all the way over here. So Brian was good enough to put together and handpick some guys from some of the best bands here in Shanghai. And we call it the Shanghai All-Star Band. And I worked with them one rehearsal. It was, to get their feet wet on it. And then we had a couple more rehearsals. We've had a couple of shows, and it's gotten tighter and tighter. And the guys have been very attentive, and they listen, and they've done a great job. And I couldn't be prouder of them. For some of them, they've never ever played anything like this before. So it's been a challenge, but it's reaping big rewards right now. So it's been a lot of fun. It's pretty easy. Yeah. So I wanted to maybe we should start here.
You want to start on the 60 set?
Start the 60 set and go through all this, because the 70s has more intricate, more stuff to it. And then we can do the 50s. I mean, we can do the 50s on Tuesday and Wednesdays.
Start with Return to Sender?
Yeah, why don't we try that? Anyone try it?
Return to Sender, everybody?
Return to sender. Return to sender. I gave a letter to a postman. He put it in the sack. By the early next morning, he brought my letter back. He wrote it down. Return to sender. Address unknown. No such number. No such soul. Oh, we had a quarrel. I'm sorry, but my letter keeps coming back. So when I dropped it in the mailbox, I sent a special leave. By the early next morning, it came right back to me. Return to sender. Address unknown. No such person. No such soul. Oh, this time I'm gonna take it myself and put it right in her head. And if it comes back the very next day, then I'll understand. Return to sender. Address unknown. No such number. No such soul. Oh, return sender. Return sender. Return sender. There we go. Fun in Acapulco, baby. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. This outfit's a little cooler. Somewhat. As the night progresses, the tunes get heavier and louder and more rock and roll, and the suits get tighter and sweatier. And jeez. The boys like it, don't you?
At first, I was a little tiny bit worried, but I can see the potential they had. And just listening to them play, I said, I can work with these guys. I can see that, Shin, the drummer, had the chops, and Chachy, everybody, they had. I could tell they were committed to learning it properly.
All of the members have local fans, and I figured they would bring their friends in, and of course they did. So for local audiences, they may be attracted by the international artist, but they'd get to see the local talent. And for some people, they'll see local talent, but they'd also get to see international talent. And that sort of synergy really appealed to me. So that's what really brought this event together.
First, of course, you're worried going in thinking, who are these people? How am I going to work with these guys? But then after seeing them, I knew I can work with these guys. I knew I could mold them into a little Elvis band.
Yeah, just to feel, just to feel, because it.
And always watch me and I was.
It's now or never. Hold me tight. Kiss me, my darling. Be mine tonight. Tomorrow I'll be too late. It's now or never. I love you. I get into a chord. When I first saw you, thank you. Your smile was so tender. My heart, excuse me, sir. My soul surrendered. I've spent a lifetime waiting for the right. Now that you're near, the time is here at last. It's now or never. Oh, let me try. Kiss me, my darling. Be mine tonight. Tomorrow will be too late. It's now or never. My love will wait. Just like a river, to cry an ocean. Reverse belongs to love and sweet emotion. One looks inside me, there's your arms and oh, who knows when we'll begin this way. It's now or never. Hold me tight. Kiss me, my darling. Be mine tonight. Tomorrow will be too late. It's now or never. It's now or never. My love will wait. You never heard this one either, have you? It's now or never. My love will wait. It's now or never. My love will wait. Thank you. Thank you very much. I'll come over and take some more pictures later. There's a booth back there of all women. My kind of booth, man. You know what I'm talking about? Sometimes I'm talking to take a drink of my hand. Salute, cheers everyone. Raise them up. Here's to Shanghai, beautiful city. So, I'll tell you though, man, I've had the time of my life. This is the first time I've ever been to Asia, anywhere here, and I love it. So this is our first time coming here to do a show. If we come back and we do it again, will you come back and see us? If we do it again, will you come back and see us? Did you hear that, Frank? Brian? All right, so we're going to do this again, definitely. This is just a little teaser of what we got in store for you guys here in Shanghai. What? What was that? I'm too shy to say it twice, eh? Yeah. I don't know, something about teasing and something. That's okay. We all do stuff like that. This next song, ladies and gentlemen, is a title track from a movie from a long time ago. And it's a very beautiful love song. It's called Blue Hawaii. And blue Hawaii, the night is starry, and you are here to me, loving you, and blue Hawaii, with all this love. There should be love. Come with me while the moon is on the sea. The night is young, and so are we, so are we. And blue Hawaii, and mine will all come true. This magic night with you. Come with me while the moon is on the sea. The moon is on the sea. The night is young. And so are we, so are we. Dreams come true, and blue Hawaii, and mine will all come true. This magic night of nights with you. Thank you. Beautiful song. Okay, let's get a step back over here. Come on, Shen, give me some groove. Let's conversation of the direction takes. All this aggravation and satisfaction in me. I better wear my little nice one. I better smile with one spot. Shut them up, looking up your heart and satisfy me. Satisfy me, yeah. I better put it out and listen to the music, dig to the songs. Yes, give me that, the show that the music. Come on, let me look at the melodies. Hey, let's conversation of the direction takes. All this aggravation and satisfaction in me. Baby, I'm tired of talking. Grab your cool, let's start a wedding. Come on, come on. Come on, come on. Come on, come on. All the guys are going to that girls in like you see. Hey! This conversation of the direction. All this satisfaction and satisfaction in me. People want to live as well. That's why I live as well. Shut up, I'm living up here. It was satisfy me. 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 Satisfy me, baby.
Tim is a very dynamic performer. I mean, aside from the Elvis part, just a great entertainer is what struck me. I didn't know he was a musician too. I mean, a lot of these Elvis guys are just tribute artists, and they don't necessarily know the arrangements or know how to play the music. And he's a pretty fabulous drummer and guitar player, and so he's a real musician, you know. And I think that those two aspects, he entertains and is a fine musician, probably are what makes him such a success at being the Elvis tribute artist in the world.
Ladies and gentlemen, this next one is it's a song from a movie. That's it. This is a song from a movie. It was made in 1969, and I've never heard anybody get so excited over a number, you know. 69! It was a good year, all right. Besides that, it was a movie with the co-star, a very beautiful lady. It was Mary Tyler Moore. Do you remember Mary Tyler Moore? 3 people remember Mary Tyler Moore. She was a little hot, you know, I'll tell you. She portrayed a nun. And then there was Dr. John Carpenter, was a doctor and a nun. Kind of a weird situation, but we made the best of it. Anyways, this is a number from that movie, Change of Habit. It's called Rubbernecking. Listen, that's my philosophy. It's called rubbernecking, that's all right with me. Stop, listen, that's my philosophy. If you're rubbernecking, that's all right with me. Some people say I'm wasting time, and I don't really know. I see what I like, and sometimes go home. First thing in the morning, last thing at night. I look, I stare everywhere, and I see everything inside. I'll stop, look and listen, baby, but that's my philosophy. It's called rubbernecking, baby, but it's all right with me. Stop. Listen, baby, that's my philosophy. If you're rubbernecking, baby, well, that's all right with me. Some people say I'm wasting time, but they don't really know. I like what I see, I see what I like, and it's such a good home. Sitting on the back porch, all by myself, I love look and listen, baby, well, that's my philosophy. It's called rubbernecking, baby, well, that's all right with me. Stop, look and listen, baby, well, that's my philosophy. It's called rubbernecking, baby, well, that's all right with me. Stop, look and listen, baby, well, that's my philosophy. Listen, baby, that's my philosophy. Stop. Thank you very much. Rubbernecking.
Diamond Jim Hendry is my late father, who I miss very much. He died, it'll be 6 years this coming fall. And he was my inspiration to start this. He was the biggest Elvis fan I ever knew. He used to come with me to all my gigs and all my shows. My band used to call him Vernon. And it just to see the smile on his face, it made me happy. And I know that he's with me everywhere I go. And I miss you, Diamond. I love you. he would have thought, if my dad knew that I got a gig in China, he would have thought it was the greatest thing ever. He'd probably be with me, you know, so he wouldn't pass up the opportunity to see this. He did tell me, whatever comes along, whatever you do, be nice, do it with grace and dignity, and honesty and integrity, and just do your best, give your best effort that you could possibly do to make Elvis proud. So he would definitely, he would have loved the fact that I came here for sure.
1, 2, 3, 4. Well, I say, gonna set my soul, gonna set my soul on fire. Oh, all I want is a river burn, so get those stakes up high. There's a long river waiting thunder. The devil may get. I'm just a devil. Sing it with us, come on! Viva Las Vegas! Viva Las Vegas! I wish that I never go. And I took that I was even good. I will sing over it. Oh, the life that gets over it. All you need is a song that I'll never see. Viva Las Vegas! Viva Las Vegas! Viva Las Vegas! We don't have shit in the world, it's crashing. All those hopes down the road. Viva Las Vegas in the day, and I come to the night in the daytime. If you see the ghost, it will be the same again. Las Vegas, Viva Las Vegas, Viva Las Vegas, Viva, Viva Las Vegas. Viva, Viva.
Just being able to pay tribute to one of the greatest singer of all time, like the greatest entertainer ever to walk this earth, a man that changed the world for the better, the man that started rock and roll, and it's a hard thing to do, to emulate somebody so great, but I never take it for granted, and I only emulate and try to pay tribute to Elvis on stage, and when I'm off stage, I'm Tim again. I'm a fan, and foremost, I'm a humongous Elvis fan. And it's just, I just feel like I can't say it enough. I'm so blessed to be able to do this.
Favorite part of the show? For me, it's Vegas Elvis. Because it's Elvis at his most dynamic. He's mature, his voice is solid. He's not restricted by the culture or what he thought the culture was. He just grew into a different performer, and I think, like I said, I think that it's Elvis at his best, the early Vegas years.
Would you like something? Hello, Shanghai. How you doing, baby? Well, that's nice. Would you like to come up here and sing? That's it. This sort of takes it up to nothing, you know, as it goes downhill from here now. That's all I got. I told you after the show, baby. Okay. Thank you very much. You guys are fantastic. Thank you so very much. You having a good time, Shanghai? This next number is it's an old Righteous Brothers number, and it's a very cool song. I've always loved this song. It goes something like this. Never close your eyes anymore than I kiss your lips. There's no tenderness like before in your fingertips. You're trying hard not to show it. But baby, I know There's no tenderness in your eyes when I reach out for you. Girl, you're starting to criticize every little thing that I do. It makes me just feel like crying. Cause baby, something beautiful's done, yeah. You lost that love you feel.
My favorite part of the show was probably when he came down to the audience and started throwing scarves into girls and kissing them.
Love me tender, love me all, take me to your heart. Is there that I belong and will never part? Love me tender, love me true, all my dreams fulfilled. Thanks for being a good sport. For you and I, always, all baby. Be tender, love me true, tell me you are mine. I'll be yours through all the year. Anytime you guys make this. Love me tender, love me true. Oh, who wants one? Fulfilled for I know I love you and I. Which one? Right here. Love me all, take me. For it's there that I belong and will never part. Do you want one, honey? Love me tender, oh, you're true. What's that? Dreams fulfilled. For my darling, and I always will. I got one more. Tender, daydream, tell me you are mine. I'll just give you a kiss. Or is there I belong? End of time. Love me tender, love me true. All my dreams fulfilled. For my darling, I love you, and I always will. Thank you very much. Take it out, Chachy. Some of y'all never down south too much. I'm gonna tell you a little story so you understand what I'm talking about. Down there we got a fire that goes out in the woods and the fields. And it looks like a terrible. Everybody calls it pork salad. Now that's pork salad. You learn that in the army. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's mustache. Anyways, I used to know a girl lived down there. She go out and eat as a pig and mess with me. Carry home and cook her supper. That's about all they had to eat. But they did all right. Down in Louisiana, well, we gotta get this little so easy. Little young girl, now I swear to the world, baby, I'm looking good little time. With solid hair, everybody said it was a singer, because her mama wasn't working on a Saturday. I mean, vicious, straight as a telephone. Lord have mercy, said. Every day before summertime, she go down by the truck patch and pick her a mess of pork salad and carry it home in a pork salad. Everybody said it was a singer because her mama wasn't working on a single day. Suck a little pork salad. You guys ready? I'm not. Her daddy was a lazy and no account. Maybe had a bad back. All her brothers were fearful. Let's get a watermelons out of my truck, passport salad but everybody said it was the same because her mama wasn't working on the Sunday. Soccer in the quicksand. Introduce you. First off, this is Brian right here, over here. He's the producer and the promoter for this wonderful show we're putting on here. And he's a hard-working man, and he's become a pretty good friend of mine over the last 10 days or so. And before that, even just online. So please give it up for Brian. If it wasn't for him, we wouldn't be doing this. He has many wonderful events coming up here at the Pearl. I'd like to thank Grant and Frank and all the staff here at the Pearl, man. Give it up for the staff here at the Pearl. Yeah. Okay, quickly. Well, let me have a drink. That's not apple juice. It's the last night we can have drinks, right? I want to introduce the members of the group. I know everybody by name, but I couldn't remember the name of the bands that they were from, okay? So first off, this beautiful, young, lovely lady here, the Shanghai Chanteuse. This is Helene. Helene. And playing trumpet and singing backups, it's my good friend Mike from Girls Like Mystery. That's his band. On the guitar, real cool cat, man. This is Mario from the Mario Trane Trio. On the drums, it's my smiling buddy back there. This is Chen. He's from the Ciders, right here. On bass, I did a little cameo for their video today. I got a video coming out. Their band's called Brown Eye. This is Chachy. And on the rhythm guitar, Adam, a.k.a. Rabshaka. You have to explain that to me later. He's from Friend or Foe, this band right here. And my little sweetheart over here, this is Chen. She's a silent film pianist right here from the Pearl. Give it up for Chen right here. The Shanghai All-Star Band, right there. Give it up, folks. All right, that's another one then. This next one is what you might call a power ballad. And it's, I actually found out it's an old Italian love song of some sort. You know what I mean, Frankie? And it goes a little very little. Like this.
The Pearl has been an excellent venue for the Elvis Live in Shanghai shows. This is really the only place in Shanghai where we could really match the theatrical nature of the show with a concert, with a great space for people to have a good live music experience.
It has a little circus, but it's got a lot of Victorian quality to it.
Oh, the Pearl! This is a beautiful place. It's like it's a vintage, like a heritage. There's got to be some kind of heritage to this thing. It's a long time ago. I know it was a temple at one time, but it's a cool vibe in this place. I really like it a lot.
The architecture of it is really extraordinary. It's built in 1930 as a Buddhist temple, but the techniques of the building are German, because in Asia they didn't have the ability to make steel and do concrete like this. And so you have this cross-cultural creation designed by Japanese architect, fashioned after Indian Buddhist temples, and the technique of it is German. So I find that really interesting. And it's in Hongkou, which is one of, if not the most historical district in China.
Needed them. They've done everything I've asked them to do, and they've been nothing but hospitable and really nice to me. So I love this place. The Pearl is awesome. Pearl rocks.
The girls want to dance. Oh, you want to dance, do you? Let's see if we can dance to this one. We're caught in a trap. I can't walk out because I love you too much, baby. Watch out, man. Why can't you see what you're doing to me? Well, you don't believe a word I'm saying. We can't go on together with suspicion. see suspicion in your eyes. Here we go again. Oh, ask me where I've been. You can see the tears I will cry. Just move over here. We can't go on together with suspicious minds. Next crowd, we have to sing this part. Let's see if you can outdo them, okay? Sing the same thing over again. Okay. One more time, man. Sing it loud. Yeah. I see a tremendous amount of potential. Brian's one of the hardest working guys I've ever seen or worked with, and I want to come back very badly. I think we've just broken the ice on what the potential that Elvis could have here in Shanghai. Once again, if we come back and do this show again, will you come back to see us? That's awesome.
The response has been overwhelming. People have been very, very excited for the event. And if that enthusiasm can sustain, and I think it will, we hope to expand and do more in the future. Here in Shanghai, all over China.
We can have it build and build every year and get it to it's one of the biggest festivals in the world. I feel the response from everybody in the band, the hard work of Brian and the people here at the Pearl or whatnot, I believe in Shanghai could be a really good spot for an Elvis festival. So I'm glad to be in the inaugural part of it, and I hope to be here for many years to come.
Elvis has not left the building quite yet. Yeah, I winked. Yeah, I did. Yeah, I did.
Wise men say, all fools are sure. I get falling in love with you. Shall I stay? Will we only be a sin? Like a river flows, sun into the sea. Darling, so it goes. Some things, you know, are meant to be. So, take my hand, but take my whole life too. For I can't help falling in love with you. For I can help falling in love with you.
Get that leg going now. And get your lip too. Not no fool Billy Idol lip either. Everybody. Yeah, we're rocking now. Elvis is with us. He's with us and he's speaking to us. He says, peoples. He says, peoples. Everybody gotta sing. Elvis is everywhere. Elvis is everything. Elvis is everything.